What's up, everybody? You've stepped into the current. Short stories that strike fast and leave a cold echo in your mind long after the sound fades. In the next few minutes, something unseen slips closer. A whisper behind you, a shadow that wasn't there, a thought you swear you didn't think. Don't turn around. Just listen. This is the chilling current.
The woman in the mirror. The first person disappeared in 1987. Most people in the town of Black Hollow barely remember her name now, but they remember the mirror. They always remember the mirror. The story began in apartment 4C of the Marrowick Apartments, a narrow brick building squeezed between a laundromat and a closed funeral home on Briar Street. 19-year-old Elise Warren lived there alone while attending college. Quiet girl, straight-A student, no history of mental illness. At least that's what the police report said. Her roommate had moved out weeks earlier after complaining that Elise had developed a strange obsession with the bathroom mirror. She claimed Elise would wake up around midnight every night and stand in front of it for hours, just staring, not talking, not moving, watching her own reflection, or maybe something behind it. On October 14th, Elise called 911 at 12:43 a.m. The recording was never officially released, but copies spread online years later. The dispatcher answered normally. Then came heavy breathing, crying, and Elise whispering, "She's pretending to be me." The dispatcher asked who. Elise replied, "The woman in the mirror." Then silence for almost 20 seconds until Elise screamed. Not a startled scream, not pain, pure terror, the kind of scream that sounds like someone watched reality tear open. The line disconnected immediately afterward. Police arrived 7 minutes later. The apartment door was locked from the inside. The chain latch was still secured. No broken windows. No signs of forced entry. The bathroom light was on. The mirror had cracked straight down the middle, and Elise Warren was gone. No blood, no fingerprints besides her own. Nothing, just one message written in steam across the glass. She asked to switch. For years, the case became local folklore. Teenagers dared each other to repeat the ritual, supposedly connected to Elise's disappearance. Stand before a mirror after midnight. Turn off every light except one candle. Look into your own eyes and say, "If someone else is in there, let me see her." 3 times. Most people saw nothing. Some claimed the room suddenly felt colder. Others swore their reflection blinked a fraction too late. But every decade or so, someone disappeared. Always after midnight. Always near a mirror. Always leaving behind the same sentence. She asked to switch. 27 years later, true crime podcaster Natalie Vane became obsessed with the legend. She didn't believe in ghosts. She believed in damaged people, urban hysteria, and internet myths, which is why she chose Black Hollow as the subject of her next season. She arrived during winter. The town looked frozen in time. Half-empty storefronts, rust-colored snow, telephone poles humming in the wind. Everyone she interviewed reacted strangely when she mentioned the mirror story. Not skeptical, afraid, especially older residents. An elderly bartender named Roy nearly dropped a glass when Natalie showed him a photograph of Elise. He stared at the picture for a long time before quietly saying, "You shouldn't stay in rooms with mirrors uncovered." Natalie laughed. Roy didn't. That night, Natalie checked into the old Merriwick apartments. Apartment 4C had remained empty for decades. No tenant ever stayed longer than a month. The landlord offered it to her cheaply after hearing about her podcast. "People exaggerate," he said, but he refused to enter the apartment himself. The place smelled like dust and wet wood. Most of the original fixtures remained untouched, including the bathroom mirror, a long rectangular mirror bolted above the sink. The crack from Elise's case still ran through the center. Natalie recorded everything. She narrated into her microphone while unpacking equipment. "Midnight in Black Hollow," she said jokingly. "Let's meet the spooky mirror lady." Nothing happened at first. She filmed for hours, told ghost stories, mocked the legend. At 12:17 a.m., while reviewing footage, she noticed something odd. In one clip, she walked past the bathroom doorway, but the reflection in the mirror stopped moving. Just for a second, it remained standing there. Watching her leave, Natalie replayed the footage 6 times. Her stomach tightened. Probably lag. Compression glitch. Nothing supernatural. Still, she covered the mirror with a towel before sleeping. At exactly 3:03 a.m., she woke to whispering. Soft, close, like someone speaking beside her ear. Natalie sat up immediately. The apartment was dark. The whispering continued. Not words, just murmuring, wet and breathy. She turned on her flashlight. The towel covering the bathroom mirror was lying on the floor. Natalie froze. She distinctly remembered hanging it securely. The whispering stopped. Silence filled the apartment. Then, a soft tap from inside the bathroom. Natalie forced herself to move. Every instinct screamed at her not to. She stepped slowly toward the doorway. The bathroom light flickered weakly. The mirror was exposed again, and someone stood inside it. Not behind her, inside it. A woman, tall, thin, dark hair hanging over her face, standing in a bathroom that looked almost identical, except reversed, like another version of the room. The woman slowly raised her head. It was Natalie, or something wearing Natalie's face incorrectly. The smile stretched too wide. The eyes looked empty, dead. Then the reflection whispered, "You left me waiting." Natalie stumbled backward. The bathroom light exploded. Glass sprayed across the floor, and when the darkness returned, the woman was gone. The next morning, Natalie tried leaving Black Hollow. Her car wouldn't start. The mechanic said the battery looked melted internally. That shouldn't have been possible. While waiting for repairs, Natalie continued researching, and she found something disturbing. Every disappearance connected to the mirror involved people who were emotionally isolated, lonely, grieving, depressed, people who secretly wished they could escape their lives. She uncovered old journal entries from Elise Warren. One line appeared repeatedly: "She understands me better than anyone." Another: "I think she wants my life." Then the final entry: "I think I want hers too." That night, Natalie reviewed her recordings again. At first, everything seemed normal. Then she noticed background details changing between cuts. Furniture slightly repositioned. Doors open that had previously been closed. And in every reflective surface, windows, silverware, television screens, someone appeared standing behind her, watching, getting closer in each frame. At 11:58 p.m., Natalie heard knocking. 3 slow knocks. From the bathroom mirror, she stared at the door. Another 3 knocks answered. Then her own voice spoke from inside. "Natalie." She backed away. The voice continued, perfectly identical to hers. "You already invited me." The mirror began fogging from the inside. Words slowly formed in the condensation. "Not every reflection is yours." The bathroom door creaked open on its own. Natalie saw the woman again. Only now the copy looked more complete, more human. It smiled softly, sympathetically, and Natalie suddenly understood something horrifying. The creature wasn't trying to enter the world. It already had, for decades, one person at a time, replacing them, living their lives, while the originals remained trapped somewhere inside the mirror. Watching, Natalie ran down the apartment stairs, out into the snow-covered street. She reached the laundromat across from the building. Bright lights, people, safety. Panting, she rushed into the bathroom and splashed water on her face, then slowly looked up. The mirror above the sink reflected the empty bathroom behind her, except one stall door was slightly open. Natalie turned around. All stall doors were closed. Her pulse exploded. She looked back at the mirror. Now the stall door inside the reflection was fully open. A dark figure stood inside, smiling, waiting. The next morning, Natalie Vane vanished. Police found her recording equipment abandoned in apartment 4C. The final audio file was corrupted, except for a few seconds. Experts enhanced the sound years later. You can still hear it online if you search hard enough. Natalie whispering, "That's not me." Then another voice, also Natalie, calmly replying, "It is now." Her podcast was uploaded automatically 1 week later. No one knows who published it. The final episode contains no intro music, no advertisements, only Natalie speaking softly for 13 straight minutes. Her voice sounds wrong somehow. Too smooth, too steady. At the very end, she says, "If you're listening after midnight, look behind you before you check any mirror." Then she laughs quietly, and the recording ends with 3 knocks. The strange part, thousands of listeners reported the same thing after hearing the episode. Mirrors fogging unexpectedly, reflections moving late, whispers at night. But one detail appears again and again. People claim that if they listen closely during the final seconds of the recording, beneath Natalie's laughter, they can hear dozens of faint voices crying for help, as if trapped far away behind glass, still waiting for someone to let them out. And every year since the podcast aired, another person disappears, always after midnight, always near a mirror, always leaving behind the same message. She asked to switch